Third, demolished her argument. Second, and exposed every single lie so effectively that she had no choice but to agree.
I saw a clip somewhere that you were trying to get the officer George Floyd pardon, and I just want to know what your reasoning was about that.
Well, George Floyd didn't die. Know that George Floyd was saying I couldn't breathe well before that restraining technique. And
so why did they use the technique if he already couldn't breathe?
Because he was actually resisting arrest, and they had to restrain him, and they restrained him in a way that they were taught to do, which is the knee on the neck technique.
Okay, so when does the technique end?
The technique ends when
Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov, Abe. How are you?
Baruch Hashem. How was Shabbos?
Shabbos was great, as always.
As always. Right. Exactly.
It's good. How about for you?
No complaints. No complaints.
So he's just free. What?
an orangutan slipped into a deep while reaching for he couldn't swim.
Good luck, Johnny.
Good work, Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov, everybody.
Okie doke. How was everyone's Shabbos? Good.
All good.
Okay, Ernesto is here.
Shavua Tov. Shavua Tov.
How was the evening talk, Ernie?
It was really good. He spoke
Yeah.
about Shlomo Goren.
Yeah.
Very good. He gave his whole history and the controversies. And inspiring.
Nice. Is he the one who does all the historical stuff on those trips, Torah Mountain?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
When is the next trip, you know?
He does them in the summer.
I know, but do you know where they're going next time?
So I don't know. We haven't heard.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't heard. I mean, you know, he usually goes Central Europe. This year, the first year they did south of France.
Mm-hmm.
There's some of the new place every year, so we'll find out. I'll let you know. Okay, Ranun Tes Amar Aleph. Amrav Yochanan Mishum of Shir ben Yotzadok. Mayim Shel Rabbi Mein Nisram. We talked about yesterday. If somebody bows down to a public water source, so it doesn't become usher because they made a rule that the public water cannot become prohibited. But Rav Yochanan mentioned a case where somebody worshipped water and it was usher. So the Yochid Nesarin. But let's say if the water was not used by the public, was a private water source, that could become prohibited. So the Gemara wants to know, we already learned, if you, for example, you bow down to a mountain is mechuber to the karka. Anything connected to the ground, we said you can't aser. So water is also connected to the ground. Why don't we say that you want to go to the shiva? Yeah. If it's connected to the ground, it's not aser. Lo tzricha de talshina gala. So we're talking about there was a wave, and the wave separated from the main body of the water. And when it separated, that's when he worshipped it. If it belonged to a yochid, you could aser it. So the Gemara says, "Sof avnei harshin idalteluninu." If you remember, we had a question a few blot ago. If you have a bunch of stones that rolled off a mountain, so they're not connected to the ground, but they're still on the ground, and there was a machlokas Rav Yechon Rav Chia whether it should usher to stayim. Maybe we'll learn from here, Rav Yechon de Amar, that these kind of rolling stones are asuros. No, says the Gemara, lo tzricha. The Bchina biyada here, we're actually talking about where he actually picked up the water with his hand. It didn't just separate on its own; he separated it, and therefore, certainly, if by him touching it and it belongs to the yochid, he can prohibit it the use of that water. Nun tes amad aleph. Rav Chia barava ikla legavla. Rav Chia visited Gavla. He found Jewish girls who had gotten pregnant from non-Jews who had begun the conversion process. They had circumcision, but not to the mikvah. So they wanted to know what was the status of the children. They saw wine that was diluted by goyim, and the Jews drank it. Termusa is like a turnip. The shakalu goyim v'achli Yisrael. The goyim cooked it, the Jews ate it. They wanted to know, is there bishul akum to a tormus? V'lo amarlu v'lo midi. These three questions he didn't answer. Also, come to Rav Yochanan. The questions were asked to Rav Yochanan. Amar lei. Say v'hichriz al bneihem shein mamzeri. First, he said, he paskin that the pregnant girls, when they give birth, the children can be mamzeri. Number two, al yenon mishum yain nesach, that the yain will be yain nesach, and al turmusin mishum bishulei goyim mishum shein bnei Torah. He answered these cooked turnips cooked by goyim because they were not bnei Torah. Now the Gemara doesn't understand. Bneihem shein mamzerim. Rav Yechla Tamei, Dam Rav Yechla Lo'ilam Eino Legerat Sheyimol V'Yitvol. The ger doesn't complete his conversion until after Tvila. Kivan de Lotovel Goyu. There's no half Jew. You're either a goy or a Jew. Once you finish Mila and Tvila, you're a Jew. If you haven't had Tvila, you're not. You're still a goy. And Rav Yochanan had a shita, Rav Yochanan, goy ve'eved abol bas Yisrael avlad mamzer. We don't paskin that way. We paskin that if a goy gets a Jewish girl pregnant, whether she is a pnuya or whether she's an Eishes Ish, the vlad is kosher. It's not a mamzer, but it's pogam lekahuna. Rav Yochanan held it was a mamzer, but we don't paskin that way. Gozer al yenim shum yain nesach. It's not real mamish yain nesach because they're only diluting it. They're not touching it. But mishum lech amin nazir schor lekam like we said before, like a nazir, it's a harchaka, it's a gzeira. You have to stay away from it. V'al turmus mishum bishul goyim lefi she'ena b'nei Torah. Now we don't understand. If they're not b'nei Torah, so that's why you have to stay away from this cooked food. Why? Time Hashem b'nei Torah. Habnei Torah shori. So if they b'nei Torah, you'd be able to eat it. Vam Rav Shmuel bar Rav Yitzchak Amar Rav. Kol shenechol k'moshehu chai, ein bo mishum bishulei goyim. One of the gedorim of bishul akum is if you can eat it raw, then even if they cook it, it's not bishul akum. So, for example, carrots. Carrots can be eaten raw. If goyim cook carrots, it's not usher. Now, turmus, you can't eat it without cooking it. It's very bitter. So it should be bishul akum. But Rav Yochanan kiach lishlisvirli dom Rav Yishmael bar Rav Yizkam Rav Koshena oila shulchan mushmachim lafis posapas ein bo mishum bishul goy. Something that is not brought up to the king's table, that you could dip your bread in it, then there's no bishul akum. And the turnip was a very low food. It was not brought to shulchan malachim, and therefore it doesn't have the status of bishul akum. And therefore, only time of mishum b'nei Torah are you usher, but b'nei Torah would understand that it would be permitted. Boy minei mirav kahana. Goy mar sheyoylech hanovim lagas. A goy is carrying grapes over to the wine press. Now he's not doing anything to the grapes. Armelu usher. Mishum lech harmin nazir skor l'karmel. It's gzeira. It's not bishul akum. It's a gzeira to stay away from it. Eisfer Rav Yemel Rav Kahana. Goy shehevi anovim lagas besalinu v'dudrin. If a goy is not holding the grapes themselves, but carrying in a basket or barrels, avol pishayayin, the juice that's coming out of it, nizalif aleim, mutter. So how does it stem with what we learned? Armelei hevi ka'amred. So there, in the first case, we talked about the goy brought it. We want to know, do we aser it b'diavad? The din is we don't aser b'diavad. If he did it, it's okay. But anala chatchila, they should not bring it. Okay. Hahu etroiga. It was a etrog. The nafal chavita de chamra. It fell into a barrel of wine. Idri goy v'shakle. The goy jumped in to get the etrog. Armel Ravashi. Tie up his hands so he doesn't do shichshuch, right? Whatever movement they did to make it, make sure you tie up his hands. Ubartsua adishaife, and like tip the barrel until you get rid of the wine, and then you can get the etrog out, so no one has to touch the wine. A goy actually did nisuch hayayin. He actually stuck his hand. He did shichshuch to Jewish wine. The Yisrael b'chavana. Av agav de lezvuni legabi achrina. Aser. So the din is it's yain nesach. You're not allowed to vano. You can't sell it to a stranger. But sharile lemishkel dmei. You can collect from the goy who did it the value of the wine. Mahu goy. My timer. It's as if he burnt your field. He did a damage to you. Like if he came into your field and burnt it, you'd allowed to collect damages from him. Here as well, he has to pay like a mazik. How do I know this halacha? The Tanya. Goy shenosach yeno shel Yisrael shelo b'fnei Avodah Zara. Goy did nusach hayayin, not in front of the Avodah Zara. Usr, still usr. They held that this nisuch hayan should only be done only converts the yayin to yayin nesach if a goy does it in front of the idol. Another reason, the Jew tells the goy, you don't have the power to prohibit something that doesn't belong to you, that belongs to me, without my will. So really, the yain is be'etzem mutter. Ahu chavita, the chamra, the ishtakil barza. There was a barrel of wine, and it had like a faucet in it, or like a tap, like a spigot. And someone removed it, and the wine was pouring out of there. Also, goy idrich anach yadei ilui. He stuck his finger in the hole to prevent the wine from leaking out. Amra Papa Kol Dilhadi Barza, all the wine immediately next to his finger. Chamra Asr. The wine is Asr. The Idich Shari, the remainder is permitted. Okay, we'll stop here. Tomorrow, standard schedule. Daf Yomi 7 o'clock, Novi Shir 8 o'clock.
But what about Mincha?
I'm sorry. What time is Mincha?
Oh, I didn't look at it. Hold on, let me tell you a second.
Is Mincha earlier or later?
Mincha is, it should be earlier. So 7 may not be good. Did we say about 8 o'clock?
No, that's during the week. Yeah, it could be, but on Sunday we learn Navi.
Oh. Let me tell you what it is.
I mean, we could do the daf earlier. But
Mincha during the week is 7:20.
so let's do the daf at 6 o'clock. Walter, does that affect our mincha? What time is our mincha?
You muted, Walter. Walter, you mute.
What time the plug is? 1 second, just
No,
let me
our
look up.
mincha is going to be like 5:50.
No, it wouldn't be that. It's money.
Yeah, plug mincha is 5:55, something like that.
Plug mincha. Tomorrow, plug mincha is 6:15 tomorrow. Tomorrow, plug mincha is 6:15.
How about let's do the daf at 5:30?
That's okay with me.
Yeah, let's do the daf at 5:30. That avoids all the mincha problems, and the navi will be at 8 o'clock. Okay.
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 Hey,
Okay.
Lynch just told me that the better wine was nifter.
Oh, Baruch Demes.
Yeah.
I hosted
Anyhow.
a few times. What a nice man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so 5:30 is Mincha.
5:30 daf,
daf.
8 o'clock the Perek Ches. We're going to start Perek Ches tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Shavua tov.
thank you.
Good job.
Avodah.